Hey Gracie, you look sweaty and tired. What did you do?
I was running an errand for my music teacher. I pushed a trolley loaded with musical scores and files all the way up to the 4th floor.
Oh dear, why didn't you take the lift?
Teacher, you know we students are not allowed to take the lift.
Take it as a form of exercise then. On a side note, do you realize it is more difficult and tiring when you push something up a slope?
You don't say.
Do you know why?
Because more energy is needed to overcome gravity. It is easy to go down a slide, but to climb up the slide, you will require a lot of energy.
Indeed. Now, can you relate this with what we have learned about transport in cells?
I think it is like diffusion, but the other way around.
What do you mean?
Well, diffusion is when particles move down a concentration gradient, like a child sliding down a slide. The other way will be particles moving up a concentration gradient, isn't it?
You are not being entirely specific, but I think I understand what you mean.
But this will not happen, right?
What do you mean it will not happen?
I mean, for particles, they can only move down a concentration gradient, right? They can't move up a concentration gradient because they cannot release energy like us.
Well, actually, particles can move up a concentration gradient.
But how?
Through active transport.
Active transport? What is that?
Active transport is the movement of particles through a cell membrane from a region of lower concentration to a region of higher concentration using energy from respiration.
I don't quite understand.
Don't worry. Take a look here to get a clearer picture. Take root hair cells as an example. In the soil, the concentration of nitrates is low. Inside the root hair cell, the concentration of nitrates is high. If you recall diffusion, in this scenario, nitrates should diffuse out from the cell into the soil. However, in plants, to absorb certain nutrients, active transport will take place. Hence, instead of nitrates diffusing out from the cell, the root hair cell actually takes in nitrates from the soil even though the concentration in the soil is low. This process requires energy, and this energy is released during respiration. So, in other words, active transport is the movement of particles up a concentration gradient or against a concentration gradient.
Then I think I know how it works in animals as well.
Oh, tell me about it.
Sure.